OneFootball allows you to stay on top of latest transfer information and team news with personalised content. Gain access to football news, schedules and results in over 100 leagues to track your favourite clubs and track live play performance scores and stats in unrivaled detail during match days. Also gain a front row seat to matchday action and videos from your favourite teams, so access everything football by downloading the OneFootball app now for free on the App Store or Google Play. Hello Fantasy Managers, today we've got the team selection for the quarterfinals of Euro Fantasy. In today's video we review our team's performance in the round of 16 and look ahead to the brand new team selection for the quarterfinals. So just before we get into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and also click the join button down below to access behind the scenes content and the personalised shout out when you become a channel member. Also get yourself super stickers and badges when we live stream to use. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So first of all, taking a look at how we went in the round of 16. In goals, Donnarumma only managed 2 points as Italy did concede an extra time goal to Austria, which was the first goal they conceded throughout the tournament. This was obviously a bit disappointing as he did have 2 shots saved and he couldn't get the extra save bonus, and they didn't even concede in normal time, so it was a bit disappointing to see them concede late in extra time. Moving on to the defenders, Danielson got -2 points as he got himself a red card and conceded 2 goals in a very disappointing Sweden performance against Ukraine. Moving on to Spinazzola, he got me 5 points and I gave him the captaincy armband early on, and I didn't want to change it, so he was left with 5 points doubled to 10 as he got an assist against Austria. His great form has continued throughout the tournament and he is definitely one that will be staying in the squad. Moving on to Kimpembe, he could only manage a disappointing 1 point as France surprisingly conceded 3 goals to Sweden. But the highlight of the defence was of course 𝙁𝙖𝙣𝙠, who got me 12 points by getting a clean sheet and a goal scored against Wales as Denmark charged on in the tournament. Moving on to midfielders, 𝙁𝙖𝙤𝙠 could only manage 2 points in a very disappointing Netherlands display against the Czech Republic as he couldn't get himself an attacking return. Moving on to Kevin De Bruyne, he only got me 1 point as he played 48 minutes against Portugal as he did pick up an injury. And to cap off the midfielders, Domenico Berardi could only manage 3 points as he couldn't secure himself an attacking return in normal time against Austria. Moving on to the forwards, the highlight was Karim Benzema, who got me 10 points by scoring 2 goals against Switzerland, and despite him scoring 2 goals they still couldn't beat the Swiss. Lukaku only managed 2 points as he couldn't secure himself an attacking return despite having a couple of chances against Portugal. And to cap off the team, Memphis Depay blanked as well as he could only get himself 2 points against the Czech Republic as they showed some fairly solid defensive output. Now moving on to the bench, we did have Sam Johnston, who of course didn't play. He is just in the team for that £4 million price tag as he is a budget enabler. And Denzel Dumfries could only manage 0 points as they did concede 2 goals to the Czech Republic, and he also picked himself up a yellow card. Locatelli only got 1 point as he just played the 53 minutes and couldn't get himself an attacking return. And to cap off the team, Perisic didn't play as he got ruled out of his game against Spain, which was very disappointing to see as this change was made after the deadline was set. So this meant we scored a total of 43 points in the round of 16 as we could only have 3 players in the starting squad get attacking returns. This means that out of 3.7 million players, we are positioned around the 190k mark, which does see a red arrow of around 30k from last week. And looking at our chips, we did use the Limitless token in matchday 2 and the Wildcard token in matchday 3, so we don't have any chips left. So now moving on to how the team takes to the pitch for the quarterfinals, where there has been 5 changes made to the round of 16 squad. In goals, we still have gone with Donnarumma as he has got himself 3 clean sheets throughout the tournament, as Italy have only conceded 1 goal on their first 4 match days, despite facing a Belgium side that haven't pressed throughout so far, but I still think he would be a good option to have in goals. Moving on to defenders, starting off with Spinazzola, he is a part of the Italy double up once again in defence. As I said before, Italy do face Belgium, who I don't think they can keep a clean sheet against, but he has got himself returns in each of his 3 matches so far in the tournament, so for that reason he does stay in the squad. Moving on to Vladimir Coufal, he has been the first change to the team as we have brought him in after getting 5 points last week against Netherlands, and Czech Republic have been fairly solid at the back defensively, and I think in this game against Denmark they could get themselves another clean sheet. Throughout the tournament so far, Coufal has got himself 2 clean sheets and 1 assist, and has been looking very threatening on the attack for the Czech Republic. Moving on to the third starting defender, it is 𝙁𝙖𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙗. He's been so impressive recently as in his last 2 matches he has recorded 20 points. I just think of £4.7 million, he is such a great value option, and Denmark have another decent fixture where they face the Czech Republic. Hopefully Denmark can get themselves another clean sheet, which will see 𝙁𝙤𝙤𝙤 get himself 3 consecutive returns. Moving on to the midfielders, it is the second change in the squad where we have brought in Pablo Sarabia. Owned by just 10% of managers, he has recorded himself 23 points across his 4 matches so far, as in his last 2 games he's got himself 21 points by getting himself 2 goals and 2 assists. Spain faces Switzerland's side, which you would expect them to dominate, especially since Spain did put 5 past Croatia, as they look like a very strong attacking outfit. Moving on to Kevin De Bruyne, he has been doubtful to play this game against Italy in the quarterfinals, but if he can take to the pitch, then he'll be such a good option to have, as he has recorded 17 points in just 3 matches so far. Over this period, he has got himself 1 goal and 2 assists, and has been very good for the amount of minutes that he's played for Belgium. Moving on to the third midfielder, and it is the third new change to the team coming into the quarterfinals, it is Raheem Sterling. Sterling is only owned by 17% of managers, but has got himself 27 points across his 4 games so far, as he has got himself 3 returns out of the 4 matches. He's got himself a goal in matchday 1, matchday 3 and the quarterfinals, as he has now got himself 2 consecutive goals, recording 16 points in his last 2 matches, and I think since England is facing a Ukraine side where you would expect England to go through to the next round, hopefully Sterling can get on the score sheet once again. Moving on to Berardi, he is one that faces Belgium, which is a very tricky opponent, but he has got himself 2 assists throughout the tournament, and at £6.3 million in the midfield, he is a decent value option, and just considering how many players did get knocked out of the squad in this round of 16, he does stay in the team. In a similar boat is Manuel Locatelli, who despite only getting 1 point in the round of 16, he does line up once again to face a Belgium side. Throughout the tournament, Locatelli has got himself 18 points, as he has recorded 2 goals and 1 goal from outside the box in the tournament. Obviously you wouldn't expect him to return against Belgium, but just considering how many outs we have this week, he stays in the squad. And moving on to the players up top, Lukaku is of course in the squad once again, as he is one of the highest owned players in the game with a 53% ownership, which is justified with his 20 points so far. And moving on to his strike partner in Harry Kane, he finally got himself the first goal of the tournament in the round of 16 against Germany, as England beat them 2-0. With England facing Ukraine this week, you would want to load up on that England attack, as I do think they could put a few goals past Ukraine, and you of course would expect Harry Kane to score if this does happen. Moving on to the bench options, Sam Johnson stays in the squad once again. Prensel Kimpembe, despite getting knocked out, does remain on the bench, as we don't want to take too many minus points. In the same boat is Marcus Danielson, who is also on the bench. And to cap off the team, we have gone with Patrick Schick, who should be a very good option to have, as he faces a Denmark side, who have been okay so far throughout the tournament, but Schick has recorded 27 points in 4 matches, so for that reason he's in the team. So that's all we've got for today for the team selection for the quarterfinals of Euro Fantasy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to show support for the channel. And once again, click the join button down below if you guys want to become a channel member to access various channel perks such as behind the scenes content, a personalized shout out when you become a member, and get access to super stickers and badges when we live stream. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.